I'm standing right now in front of the Saint-Eustache church. I hope I said that right. And this is, I believe, the second biggest church in Paris after the Notre Dame. And it's also where Keith Haring made a triptych that is still in the church. And it's a work that he made towards the very end of his life. So we're gonna go inside and find it. Here we go. There's a bride. Okay, we're now inside the church. So we're gonna go find the triptych. See it? Here it is. You can see the triptych behind me, so you get a sense of the scale of it. It's very large. Haring had a real fondness and connection to the city of Paris. He even thought about living here, but instead had his apartment in New York modeled after the Ritz Hotel in Paris. Because he wanted to have a piece of his art permanently on display in Paris, Yoko Ono donated this piece to this church. And I would imagine it's a very big honor to, as an American artist, have your artwork in a French church, especially where churches hardly ever have modern art. To have a triptych made in the late 80s by an American is truly unbelievable and a true testament to Keith Haring. This piece was made as a symbol of hope for people who were experiencing the AIDS crisis. I think it's also a really beautiful full circle moment that Keith Haring, who had a strong connection to his Christianity and his faith, especially in his early teen years, is now forever on display in this church. And a lot of Keith Haring works have in them Christian motifs and symbols. So this is a really, really great example of that. And the radiant baby is right in the middle, being swaddled by its mother. But this church is really fantastic and massive and has beautiful high ceilings. It's known for its big organ, and it is really such a beautiful place to house a Keith Haring work, especially a work that was towards the end of his life. Bonjour. I am at the Necker Children's Hospital, otherwise known as Le Necker des Enfants Malades. It's a hospital for sick children, and Keith Haring in 1987 made this outdoor painting, a mural, that was the word I was looking for the children who were currently at this hospital, and also, he said, for the children to come to this hospital in the future to bring some joy to their life. It's the stairwell of an abandoned building, and it's the only public work that Haring did in Paris. It was done with the help of his then boyfriend Juan Rivera. There's also an exhibition in Paris at time of this recording called Tout Léger at the Musée de Luxembourg. Part of the exhibition features Haring and talks about how this specific tower, it's called Le Tour, was inspired by the work of Léger. 38 years later, this painting is still here and is brightening the lives of the patients currently at the hospital. People often described Haring as being childlike and being tapped into that part of himself, and also having a strong connection with children. He was the godparent of many of his friends' children. He had a power of connecting with children through his life, through his way of being and also through his very vibrant and colorful art. A lot of Haring's work reflected that connection he had so innately with children. Haring has also painted at several children's hospitals in the United States. I'm about to go into the Ritz, which was Keith Haring's favorite place to stay when he was in Paris. So much so that he had his apartment in New York modeled after this hotel.